Hey guys, it is Brooke from the Junk Parlor. In today's video, I'm going to show you my vintage haul, but I'm also going to talk to you about getting scammed on Facebook Marketplace. So I list things every now and then on Facebook Marketplace if it's something that maybe I don't want to put on the website. Maybe it's a big piece of furniture, or it's like a air fryer or ball glove or something. And so when I list things, I'm definitely aware that there are tons of scammers out there, right? And I'm very conscientious about it, and I, go look at their profile. I kind of do a little bit of research on the person. And for whatever reason, when I have purchased things, I have never thought about getting scammed. This girl had a table. It's very similar to a table that I have behind the couch. It's like a drop leaf table, but it's like one of those that's super skinny and is huge when it's pulled up, but it's super skinny otherwise, kind of like a console table. And this one is in a dark walnut color, and I really liked it. The color is much better than the one that I currently have, and it's just a very versatile piece. So I thought, okay, it's like $35, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Because honestly, there's a lot of times that I see good things on Marketplace, but I'm just too lazy to go drive 30 minutes and 30 minutes to go pick something up, because that takes time out of your day. And for whatever reason, sometimes I just don't wanna do that, even if it is a good deal. So I get it in my mind that I'm gonna go get this table. Tell hubby, hey, I got a couple things we're gonna have to go pick up. So first thing we picked up were 3 awesome old wooden coffin violin cases. And this guy was obviously legit because he wanted to meet in the police station parking lot. So wasn't too worried about getting scammed by this guy. And I do have 3 of them. They are all a little bit different. So that one doesn't have any latches, so like you couldn't actually hold it from the handle, it would plop open. This one does have some latches. They kind of look a little bit newer because they're silver and then the handle is black, but they do make it so you can carry the violin case. And these have awesome interiors. I like this interior better than that red felt one. Never even looked under here to see if there's anything, just more of the liner, the wallpaper. But these are fun to repurpose or even just leave out on display because they have such good character and patina. This one, I wiped it down a little bit, but it is dusty. That second one does have a little crack in the top. See it there? This third one also doesn't have the little hook to lock it into place so that you could open it or carry it without it opening, but I love the inside of this one. And you could always do something fun for Halloween and put an old doll in there and have it be an actual casket. So great pieces. I got 3 of them. They are available to you for $45 each. So in my haul, if you are watching for the first time, I always share what I got and what I'm selling it to you at. So when I say a price, it's the price that you can purchase it at plus shipping. Or if you are local to Ankeny, Iowa, you can pick up in Ankeny. But that's just kind of how I do my vintage hauls. So rewind, meeting him at the police station, and then we're gonna drive a little bit to get this table. And in my mind, I was thinking, I'm surprised I would have picked to drive this far for the table. I'm pretty sure I thought that this girl lived in Ankeny. And so we get there, and it's like a huge apartment complex. We drive around the whole thing, then we figure out we are at the right apartment building. I messaged her, hey, many times, like we'd set up an appointment, but I'd messaged her like, hey, I'm gonna be there a little bit early, blah, blah, blah. And she was gonna come down from her apartment to meet me in her garage because that's where she had all the items, which made sense because in the photos, they were in a garage. So we get there and she's not answering any of my messages. She'd already told me what her apartment number was even, so I went ahead and went in and knocked on the door. No answer. And my husband is like, before we even went in, he's like, Brooke, you're getting scammed. I'm like, what? The reason he thought I was getting scammed is because I paid ahead. I Venmo'd her $35. Thank goodness it was only $35 because I don't typically use Venmo. I didn't pick the little, like, there's some button as you're paying somebody that pops up, or it did this time, something about like, I don't know if it's like insurance on your purchase or, you know, something like that. And I didn't pick it because I'm like, it's $35. I'm on the way to meet her right now. Not a big deal. Yeah, should have picked that button. So Matt's like, you're getting scammed. And I'm like, really? And so then I like pull up the girl's account. Yeah, she has like one Facebook friend. She has no image on her profile. And it's like red flags, like, duh, Brooke, what are you doing? I start looking on Facebook. We decided, okay, we'll just sit here a minute because I'm like, my entire interactions with this girl were normal. So do not Venmo Jamie Miller any money if you are in the Des Moines area or anywhere, because who even knows where she lives. My whole conversation with her was totally normal, and I'll give you some examples. But while we were sitting there waiting, just in case I didn't get scammed, I was looking through Facebook Marketplace and the table listing was there. And I look at it and it's a different girl. There's different measurements. There's different prices. There's a different location. And I'm like, that's why I didn't think anything about it. I'm guessing, hindsight, was because I think at first I'd seen the legit listing and then someone had just screenshotted all the shit and put it on their fake listing. And then when I was interacting with the fake listing, I didn't even think anything of it because I had already looked at the legit listing, if that's making any sense. So the reason I say my whole interactions with her was normal is because I was like, hey, can I get the dimensions on this? And she's like, well, I know this is approximately this, but let me get back to you on this other measurement. So, you know, she wasn't quick in responding. She didn't make up some numbers on the spot. It was like she was going to legit measure. So I don't know, half a day later, because this is a big time span. And she gets me the other measurement and I'm like, okay, I want to purchase it. You know, what's your availability? And so she said, and I said, okay, well, this would work fine for me. And then like right when we're getting ready to leave to go get it or close to that, she's like, hey, someone else is interested. Also, they can get over here a little bit faster than you. So it's going to be whoever gets here faster can get it. And like, that was it. It wasn't like anything about paying. And so then I was like, okay, thinking about it, like, now that I've made the commitment that I'm going to get this table, I'm already like picturing what furniture I'm moving and where I'm putting things and the whole 9 yards. And then she's like, well, like later, you know, time had elapsed. She's like, well, if you want to go ahead and Venmo me, I will just hold it for you. Because before, I think I'd said something to the effect of, I want to look at it. And didn't think anything of it. So I was like, okay, well, what's your Venmo? Because she didn't say, hey, you can Venmo me and here's my Venmo information. Like in the same message, she said, hey, you could go ahead and Venmo me. Then I said, okay, well, I need to know your Venmo. And then she sent me her Venmo. So I don't know. To me, she did a very good job of scamming. For those reasons, now put a damn profile picture and have some Facebook friends, and you'd probably do even more scams successfully on Facebook Marketplace. So I've been very gun shy on even looking on Facebook Marketplace because I don't want to like something and then get scammed. And I did reach out to the girl who had the legit listing and I said, hey, just FYI, this is happening. I don't know why I even did that because it's not like she can do anything about it and it's not going to change her situation or whatever. But she's like, well, if you do want the table, I do still have it. And I'm like, no, I've already paid for the table and now I'm over it. So thank goodness it was only $35, but not only when you are listing things on Facebook Marketplace do you need to be careful, you also need to be careful when you're buying stuff, I guess. So note to self, never pay for something ahead of time, no matter how much you want it. Okay, let's see what else I picked up. So A few things I've picked up are already sold because I do a Thursday Love It or Leave It on Facebook. One of the things that I shared, somebody's like, ooh, did you buy this? I didn't. And I said, I'll check when I go back. And that had been, gosh, like a week and a half later, I went back and it was still there. So I went ahead and bought it for her. So it is kind of just pending pickup. And then another thing, I have a really good buyer who collects chip tins, so I bought a chip tin for her. We'll go ahead and start off with this green shaker jar. It looks like someone wasn't getting enough salt, pepper, cinnamon and sugar combo, whatever they had in here out of it. So they stabbed some larger holes. It is a little bit murky on the bottom, so it does need some cleaning, and it's just a blank label spot. It doesn't actually say anything, but this shaker is $20. These brass geese could also be cleaned up a little bit. I shared how to clean brass in another video, but you can kind of see here by my fingers, it is a little bit corroded, I guess would be the word. There's some patina there. I'm not sure if it would clean up or not, but it still has a good look, or the geese still have a good look. The hanger on them is a little bit different. So you have this built-in eye. You'd need to add like wire or something to it, unless you know how to get a nail in there a different way that I do not know. But these flying geese are $40. Next up, we have an ink bottle for $15. It's not marked. Whew. Pretty much always try and drop something. And this was from Gary at Thrifty Flea. I do put all the places that I shop through the week, even if I don't find anything at that place. If I went there, then I'm going to put it down in the description below. But I told Gary at Thrifty Flea the only reason that I bought this and what attracted me was just simply the feather. So I'm going to keep the feather because over the years I've pretty much sold all of my good turkey feathers, and the bottle is just going to be by itself for $15. Okay, this wooden bowl I did find, I'm trying to think, it was, I think at Collectamania. It's not marked or anything, but it is a nice and old one. I love the coloring, and I'm going to be keeping this probably with the size. I'm probably going to work it into my kitchen, which I shared a video of how I decorate my kitchen, so you can see that. If it doesn't fit there, I will put it in my bowl stack that currently is in front of my fireplace. The next thing I picked up was this baseball book, really because the spine says baseball and it's a nice good size, like for a coffee table or for your open shelving. And if you've been following me for very long here on YouTube, then you know that I've been looking for books, like themed books, to make some cool stacks. So I already had a football and a basketball. Now, just by luck, I should really measure these and put it in my notes section on my phone, but I just risked it. I figured if this baseball one didn't fit with these two, I could just start another pile. And I'm not really trying to get them to all be the same size. I'm fine if they get smaller and smaller as you work towards the top. But these three stack really nicely, and you've got your baseball, football, and basketball. And so I think this would be really fun to put in your game room or TV room or man cave. On our three books, these are $75. So these are a little bit more laminated and shiny, and then the baseball one is a little bit more paperback and muted. It is a hardback, but it's got paper on it and not that laminate coating. So $75 on our stack. This is a Leonard champagne bucket, or trophy, or ice bucket, whatever you want to call it. It has some great patina. You can see some old fingerprints there where someone must have had something on their hands that kind of untarnished it at that point. If you haven't seen what I've done with these on my fireplace mantle, be sure to watch that video, give you some ideas on how you can repurpose these for anytime. You can put plants in them. You can do an evergreen tree for Christmas time.
Baby, I love you, love you. Everyone knows I do.
of different ways that you can decorate with this. Even just by itself, it looks great, and I love the patina. Our Leonard champagne bucket is $65. Now, good old Google image search, or I would have had no idea what this was. I got it because I do have a few copper touches in the kitchen and brass, so I thought it would be good to like actually use. The bottom of it, however, is what made me go, like I think this is something unique. Also, I don't know if you can tell on there, but there's like kind of lines, like it spins. Well, that's because it does spin. This is actually a KitchenAid copper insert. So everything that I saw online, I mean, these go up for people have them listed at least for almost $400. $125 was the cheapest one that I could find. We are going to be a lot lower than that at $85. Now, I don't know how you figure out, I guess, without putting something in it, how many quarts this is, but from the top diameter is going to be 9 inches, and then it is about 6 1/4 inches tall. Look at this big starfish. I have never had one so big. It has been, has a little damage. Some of the things are chipped off, but it's so cool. And I was wanting some more natural things to put either up on my mantle or just in my living room in general. But I think I might be able to jerry rig something fun, because I do have one right now up there on the mantle, and I put cactus in it. I only had a couple pieces, so I really need more to make it look right. But I could work in this starfish, and I think that would be fun look. This is an old chip clip. It's huge, and it is $30. These are really fun to repurpose because literally it's giving you tons of display options. You could do a collection of handkerchiefs on here. You could even do aprons. They would just kind of be overlapped a little bit. You can do pictures and postcards and anything that you can get behind this clip. It would make such a fun display. I did get a couple pieces of art. This one I just think is gorgeous. I absolutely love it in the black frame. I mean, if this doesn't scream fall, then I don't know what does. This guy is $45. I'm guessing it's probably, not super old just by the look of the frame. It's an 11 by 14, but so beautiful for $45. Also scored another paint by number. This baby was up high on a shelf at Collectamania, and I'm guessing a lot of people just didn't see it because it is beautiful, a nice simple frame, and you can always take it out of the frame if you want as well, but I think that it doesn't distract from it. With the frame, this is 14 3/4 by 18 3/4, and this is $45. This is the chip tin that I picked up for my good customer. It was one that she doesn't have in her collection. A lot of times I just send her a picture when I see something I think she might like, and this was one that she didn't have. I shared this guy on my Facebook page. He has a name and now I can't think of what it is. Man a Capri or something, but really I feel like I've had this couple before. Really, I think it's more like a Mr. and Mrs. Claus look. That's at least how I've seen them decorated and what the feeling or the vibe I get is. Now, when I was thrifting, I don't know why, but this like tramp art, shell art stuff, I have a few of these on the website. I just really like it. It's something different and weird. And so we have this little Virgin Mary shell shrine is what we're calling it. And this is $35. Kind of get an idea of size. I'll just show you the bottom because even the bottom is like stabilized with shells. I picked this up right before the 4th of July, and I mean, to me, it would just be awesome. In your 4th of July display, we've got our white goose cigar box. has the, what's it even say? Brudno, because that's a D there. Little cigar box. It is falling apart, but someone has kind of secured it together. So you have the little chip here out of the lid, but they took this like mesh stuff and attached it so that the lid would stay together and so that the lid would be hinged on the box. And this stuff is kind of like poster tack. I need to try and get that off with a rubber scraper. And really, I think there's some back here, but you know, that little like stuff you ball up and stick a poster on. But I would just set it like this and have it out on display. Love his little red, white, and blue hat. This is $35. Okay guys, that's everything that I've picked up here recently. Be sure if you are in the Des Moines area to go down to the description box and you can see where I like to shop. I would love for you to click that subscribe button, like this video, and tell me what you liked the best that I picked below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.